up, everybody? It's your girl, Mel Supremo here, aka Mel, and I have
Lady Faye, Danielle, aka Lady Faye.
Okay, whatever that was.
We want to welcome you to another
episode of Allegedly Credible. Basically, we talk about giving our thoughts and opinions on what we've learned so far in life. This is our disclaimer. Our thoughts and views are consistently evolving. We are not experts, nor do we claim to be. We won't always agree with each other, and that's okay. We're hoping you guys take the advice that you need, and whatever you don't want,
I'll throw it out. Give it to somebody else. Who cares?
Exactly. And you're free to basically think however you feel. And so are we. But let's just, as Danielle typically says it, dive into the topic. And what are we talking about today, Danielle?
We are talking about friends suck. Literally and figuratively. Friends do suck.
Yeah. Like, friends can really drain the ever life out of your existence. But that's okay because, sometimes there's a give and take to friendship and sometimes it can be a bit one-sided. What about you?
Yeah, there's give and take. I have expectations, I think, of a friendship, not necessarily of my friends, but just like of what a friendship should be like. And I get disappointed every time. So maybe I should stop having expectations of what it should be like.
I get let down every single time. This is why I only have but a handful of friends. Not even a handful at sometimes. Have you noticed as you get older, the less and less friends that you keep around your friend circle?
Oh, sure. Definitely. I feel like I really only talk, like on a regular basis, I feel like I only talk to you.
And then, I feel like I talk to you not even just about business stuff, but mainly about, life and everything.
Kids.
I don't even know why I feel necessary to run that. Like, I need to run my whole life by you. Like, is this okay? Am I doing things okay?
Am I being a great parent or not? Like, am I traumatizing my child?
I definitely am, but that's a whole other thing. But, what are some things that you could say you've experienced in friendship that would be like the darker side to friendships?
Oh my God. I feel like some people are super needy. They need a lot of your attention and your time. And it's like, they don't understand that you are busy, like, just like them. But the only difference is they can't give that back. Like, I think that's the thing. It's like they expect your time, but then when you need them, they can't give you the same amount of day.
Yeah.
The same time of day.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that's frustrating. What about you?
Like, I would agree with that about the neediness. And I also think that when on the other side of it, if you are, like we've talked about before, the strong friend, a lot of people don't necessarily recognize when you need just as much neediness. Or like if you go in to cash in your, I need help now card.
Right.
They're just like,
help now card. Then it's like,
well,
you're the strong friend. You figure it out. Like,
I thought that you were good in this area. I'm like, no,
like,
I'm a person too.
Exactly. I'm struggling too. I'm just like y'all. Like, I mean, do I handle things a lot differently than y'all? Sometimes, yes. But like at the same time, there are times where it's like, I would like to be checked in on.
Then again, on the other side of that, being checked in on, do you ever feel like when you do get checked in on that people might be taking pity on you?
No, because I don't get checked in on that often, so I don't know what it's like.
Like, I feel sometimes when I do get checked in on, like they really think that it's like an issue, like, oh, she's about to really like take herself out of the picture. I'm like, no. I was like, no, I'm not that far. I'm just trying, maybe because I never really got out of my chest before. And this is just some like deep, dark emotions I've been feeling. I just want to share them with you. I'm not trying to like, off myself, but it's still imperative. Like, I might seem okay. There's a quote that's like, it's always, the happy ones that are like,
like with the darkest, or the ones that always try to make other people happy are the ones that are usually
really like going through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen that quote. Yeah, it's like, how can I put it? I think that people just have a certain standard. It's like once you've shown a different side, like a certain side to you, like if you're the one who's more confident and outgoing out of your friends, or you're the one that's like, I'm always trying to go on an adventure or something like that, I think you become somehow the leader of your friend circle.
Because you're the initiator.
Yeah, you become the leader of your friend circle. And it's just like, well, that's not what I was like intending, because if I didn't do anything, nothing would happen. Then what? But then it's like also like, okay, well, sometimes I don't want to be the one to plan a trip. Sometimes I want someone to surprise me. Like, give me a surprise thing. Like,
it's like that.
Like, hey, I bought you tickets to like that time you bought me tickets to Hassan Minaj.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I was like, yay, we're doing something fun.
I was like, yeah, let's go here, but I need that money back. I'll plan it, but I said I need some help. That's besides the point.
But I mean, it's like still it was thoughtful. Like, hey, I knew you wanted to go. Like, we're gonna do this.
You have to sometimes anticipate your friends' wants and needs in order to get that reciprocity.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that sometimes a lot of friends don't do that. It's like very one-sided. But then that goes into like, are there roles that each friend has?
Yeah, I was thinking about that because, you know me, I'm not really like into establishing.
Me either. We know.
It's like, it's like, it's an unwritten thing that you know exactly where you fall into place. But then when people start putting expectations into friendships or relationships, I should say, that's when it's like, oh, well, I wasn't prepared to be sending out this much energy into you, or vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. When I say I have expectations, I don't mean it as in like, I don't want to change who anybody is. Like, that's not what I mean when I go into like, oh, I have expectations for friendships. I just have the expectation of whatever I give, I expect to get back in some type of way. Like, it doesn't have to be in the same way. Like, if I'm the type of person who I can give you like I might show, like for instance, with us, like if you need me to watch your kids, I'm going to be there to watch your kids. I don't care about that. You can't do that for me because I don't got no kids. But there's other things.
Well, I could have watched that plant that you killed. I ain't gonna kill an aloe plant, yo.
I done killed an aloe plant, yo. I killed a lot of plants. You did watch my fish. The fish. You did watch my fish for me when I went away. So there you go. Like, that's what friends see. That's a give and take right there. Like,
Okay, so talk on the topic of giving and taking. Mm-hmm. Do you have, when you give and take in a friendship, do you exactly have to give and take in the same way that you gave and take? Or you gave?
No, like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, it doesn't have to be exact the same, but I feel like the energy has to match. That's the main thing. So the energy has to match. Like,
and the effort
has to match. Like, if one of us is good at something and then you're good at something else, we're supposed to be coming together and making it work. And that's how you build the friendship. Like, we're supposed to be somehow supporting each other, like a table. We don't want the table to be wobbly. We want the table to be even.
Look at you with the metaphors. I was like, where did this table come from?
But it's like, if one person is like constantly the one who
keeps supporting
and keeps giving and keeps, checking in on the other person and shows up all the time and shows up, but then like in your time of need, you need that person to show up, and they can't even do that. Like, they can't even bring you a warm meal. Like, they can't they can't even just text you, be like, hey, I know you had a lot going on. I just wanted to see like how you're doing. Do you need like a moment just to vent?
Yeah.
That type of thing. I think that's where I have an issue when it comes to friendship. You can't expect things from me that you're not willing to give yourself. That's it. That's my expectation. Don't ask me for more than you're willing to give. That's it. It's that simple.
Okay.
But I get disappointed every time because people don't do that.
Do you think that when you feel that way, do you ever feel the need to take it out on them passive aggressively? I'm not asking that just because, like, I'm saying, like, I've seen it happen, but I was just wondering, have you ever felt, because that's another dark side I wanted to touch on in friendship, passive aggressiveness or jealousy, or like, always seeing the things that the friend is doing wrong rather than what they're doing. And
I don't think I intentionally try to be passive aggressive. I think that
I think it wouldn't be intentional because it's passive.
Well,
I don't think you know what?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm very pretty much to the point to me, myself, like if I'm just like, da-da-da-da-da. But I think that, sometimes I think I get distant.
Could you think that?
I don't know if that's a passive aggressive thing, but I just know I get distant because I'm just it
makes sense. If you're getting distant, that's because you're not getting what you need out of that relationship. I'm not going to stick around on I'm not going to stick around at an empty buffet.
Yeah, but I am going to say this is after multiple attempts. It's not like I'm like, I don't get distant right away. It's not the type of thing where like this one thing happened and now all of a sudden I'm just going to distance myself. It's like I tried over and I tried over and I tried over again. And then it's just like, I'm still not getting the feedback or the response that back from you or the same energy back. Then I start to distance myself because it's like, what am I pouring into? Mm-hmm. Now, sometimes I'll distance myself and then be like, you know what? I'll try again. Like after
I keep giving people chances.
Yeah, after a few weeks, I'm like, I'll try again. And then I try again. I'm like, damn it, Danielle, why'd you do that? Like you knew this was going to happen. You knew. So then that's why when I'm like, that's on you, Danielle. That's why I get mad at myself. Cause I'm like, that's on you. You're the one that keeps trying to keep this friendship alive, but it clearly is not alive. Just let it die. And I'll be like, yo, but I want to give people a chance. I want them to.
That's the thing. Okay. So that's another point that I wanted to bring up. When do you think is a good time to let things just die out versus when do you think that you need to?
Danielle don't know. I don't know.
You heard it here.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I'm the worst because how can I put it? Because I'm the type of person that I don't let a lot of people close to me in the first place, like at all. When I finally let people close to me, it's like, dang, I like you for a reason. I want you here for a reason. When I legitly want you here, it's very hard for me to be like, I gotta let this person go. Like, so that's why I don't know.
I don't like ripping the band-aid off. Like if so with my friendships, I kind of let it just die out in a way. Like I'm not going to say like I abandon it. I keep the door open. I always keep the door open. But if people don't come around, then, I guess I just take the hint.
Yeah, I think I'm learning that. But I think for me personally, I'm one of those people where I'm going to keep trying until you're like, Danielle, I don't want to talk to you no more. Don't text me. Don't call me. Don't do. And then I'll be like, okay, got the message. Cool. I'm one of those people. I need it plain and clear. Plain, simple, clear. You don't want to talk to me? Just tell me. Don't.
But I need to know why. Like, I can't just have you be like, I'm not talking to you anymore. Cause then I'm like, what happened? I thought it was all good just a week ago.
I would like to know why, like what happened. Just not for that person's sake, but for my sake, for my own personal development. Only because I'm always trying to improve and I'm always trying to be better. So it's like, damn, if I did something that offended you or hurt your feelings or something like that, I'd rather know. You don't have to forgive me. I'm cool with that. I'm one of those people where like, I'm not going to be like, oh, you have to forgive me. No, you don't. It's your prerogative. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Right.
But I'm just more like, yo, like, just tell me. Don't just stop talking to me. And I'm like, I don't even know what happened. But now I'm also realizing I just gotta let that junk go. I really just gotta let it go. If they're meant to be here, they're meant to be here. If they're not, they're not. That's where I'm at right now.
Right. So cause I get with you on that point too. I don't know. You know me, I don't like conflict. So I know that I don't end my friendships on my side. I think there was only one time that I was just like, all right, we're not cool.
Right.
And that's it. And you know who you are. I still don't talk to you, but I'll be cordial. I've worked my way up to that point, but
yeah, I'll be cordial to anybody. I'm not a person who stops like the ice person out. I'm not that person. I'll just be like, hey, and then I move on about my life. But yeah.
And you can't hold, what's that word?
I don't know what word you're talking about.
You can't hold like ill will,
okay, yeah, ill intention,
ill
will, anything like that. I don't wish any harm on anybody.
No, I just don't mess with you
I just don't mess with you like that. I actually hope you get your life together, personally, to be honest with you. I really hope you do. I hope you see the light, and I hope you see the rainbows and the butterflies and find whatever you've been chasing, because I sure wasn't it.
I'm about to say. Do you think that the people, because you say that you keep getting let down, do you think that that's a reflection on you? Like, are you being a good friend to yourself?
I'm a great friend to myself. I'm my best friend. Danielle loves me some me. And I don't know if that's narcissistic or not.
So you might love you some you, but are you taking care of you the best way that you can? Or just like,
I mean, I can be mean to myself mentally sometimes, but at the same time, it's just like.
But you get what I'm saying. And you get why I'm saying that. Because like the people that are in your life are different.
Kind of reflections of you.
Yeah, different facets of
you. That's a good question. I don't know. I'm pretty dope, so it's hard for me.
Like, that's why you surround yourself with dope people.
If that's what you want to say.
Because I only say this because I know that I don't necessarily have expectations for my friends. My main focus for the friendship is like, I hope this we just have a good old time. And, I get whatever I get out of you. You get whatever you need from me. I do like to I do like to be in service. I think that's the initial startup of our friendship. And then we just bond on other things throughout the friendship. But as soon as we're like, I can't have no Debbie Downers all the time. I can't have people that only want me for the things that I give. But then sometimes I feel like I get one-sided, and then like if I put out so much in the beginning, and then I try to cash in whatever I get, like I don't feel like I'm getting it. So then I just keep waiting and keep asking. But then people think like, oh, you're needy, you're doing this, you're doing that. And I'm like, but I did all of this.
Right. Sometimes I have mixed feelings about that because like I said, it's more about the energy for me than anything else, because I'm one of those people where if I do something, I'm doing it out of the goodness of my heart, and it's not necessarily because I expect anything from you, or like, oh, I did this, so I expect you to do this. I'm not always trying to one up you. Like, you know what I'm saying? In a friendship, I'm not trying to play the Uno cards of friendship.
Right.
But I think that, for me, it's more like, yeah, like you said, like, it's like an energy. It's just like, yo, if I keep giving, I'm not going to keep giving and giving and giving to you. You just keep taking and taking and taking. Like, I need someone to pour into my cup as well. But then I had to think about it too. Maybe some people just aren't naturally givers.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, I know that I'm primarily a taker. Right.
I don't know. I don't know what the heck I am, to be honest with you. I just want to do both. I like to take and I think I like to give. I think I do like giving. I mean, it's very easy for me to give, but also it's just like, I feel like people do take advantage of that after a certain point. And that's okay. If you're talking about, if I a friend to myself in that way, I think I let people take a lot versus me just being like, all right, this is all I'm willing to give. These are the chips I'm willing to give, and then going on, because somehow every time somebody asks me for help and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll help you. And then I end up like somehow doing 95% of what they asked me to help them for. And I'm like, wait, pause. I was supposed to be helping you, not doing the project or not doing the work or not doing like whatever.
That's why they knew to go to you though, because they knew that it was going to get done.
And then that's like a blessing and a curse because it's like, yo, I'm about my business. I'm going to get it done. But it's just like, yo, I don't want to. Then it's like, I got to put my stuff on hold to help you out. Like that's where I get frustrated at. It's like, yo, I'm putting my whole. And then that's where the give and take comes in, because if I was to be like, hey, I need help with this. Hello, crickets, 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 crickets. And I'm like,
but you got to put yourself out. I mean, you did ask for help, and you know, half of the battle is like putting yourself out there. And so like for me, I feel like if I put myself out there, I'm making myself vulnerable, because I don't know. I got a weird relationship with myself, because I think that when you need help, I can understand how people think that it could be signs of weakness, which isn't necessarily true. Like, because you might just be weak in that one area.
No, my problem is, I don't think help is a sign of weakness. I will ask for help in a second. But where I have an issue is when I ask for help. This is why I don't like asking for help, because I know people aren't going to do it right. I'm going to be like, hey, can you help me with this? And then they're going to be like, yeah, I'll help you. And then I got to go back.
That's a whole nother thing. Like, that's the expectations coming up. Because if you ask for help, you got to accept the help the way that.
But that's why I don't ask for it, because it's half-assed. Like, it's like, I don't want to ask.
Just because you're going on 110%, whatever 95% that they're producing isn't up to your
It's not even 95. It'll be 10%. They'll give 5. They'll give 10. No, 99.9%.
People be like, oh, you needed help like this? Oh, I didn't know. I would have never said that. I would have never said okay to all this. Like, I just thought you needed a Band-Aid. I don't know.
I'll give an example, right? So, like, not a full example, but just like kind of like a metaphor. It's like if you're like, hey, I need someone to help me wash dishes. Okay, cool. I'll help you wash the dishes.
They wash the dish.
But then they don't even put soap on the dish rag to wash the dishes. You clean in the soap you just clean in the dishes with the sponge.
But that's just gross.
It is gross.
So you're basically saying that the attempt that they're giving is just straight up foul.
Yes, and then I gotta go back. And I'm like, yo,
you just made my job harder.
Now I gotta go back and wash all these dishes. You just wasted my time.
Yeah, you put them away in the kitchen.
Like, that's what I mean.
Still got dried egg on the pizza.
That's why I'm like, yo, I might as well just do it myself. Like, I don't want to ask you for help because you ain't gonna do it right. That's what I mean. So then it's just like, dang.
So is that on you or is it on the person?
I'd be like, it's on me, because I should have known not to ask you for help. I should have known better. You already gave me times and times and instances where you couldn't help me out. But then I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna try to help. I'm gonna try again because we friends. And I'm like, yo, damn it, Danielle, why'd you do it? Why'd you do it?
I feel attacked. You know what? It's all laid out here and allegedly credible. If you really want to know why I'm hosting today. Why did I pick this topic? Okay.
I'm not attacking you. I was just saying.
The only reason why I feel attacked is because we had the conversation already. So that's behind the scenes footage. You get that later. Up till 5:30 in the morning. Anyway, back onto the topic. Boundaries. Do you think that you're using your boundaries effectively, Danielle? We've had multiple.
No, I don't know boundaries. I don't know boundaries. And I don't know boundaries for myself. I feel like I'm more respectful of other people's boundaries. I try to be extremely respectful of people's boundaries. Like, I'm like, well, you know, if it's okay with you, is it all right if I ask you? Like, I feel like I over ask about people's boundaries. I don't think for me that I set boundaries properly.
Do you think that you do that with just the people that you're close with?
I feel like everybody I do that with. But mainly people that I'm close with or people like, I feel like I'm bothering people sometimes when I ask them for stuff. So that's why I'm just like, oh, you know, if it's not a bother, if it doesn't, like, I just want to know, like, am I crossing a boundary just by asking this question? Like, you know.
I hope I didn't take too much time out of your day. I know you're very busy.
Yeah, I know you're very busy.
You think you can squeeze me in a sliver and make sure that you do it right?
Yeah. Like, that's how I am.
I just need the little bit of your energy.
But when it comes to me, I am the worst because somebody will be like, hey, Danielle, I need your help. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm busy from this time to this time and da-da-da-da-da. And they'll be like, okay, like, I know I got to go to bed early because I got to go to the gym in the morning, but I'm still going to let you talk to me for 2 hours. And the next thing I know, I'm like, God dang, I didn't get anything done that I was supposed to get done because I was literally sitting here extending my boundaries for you. And I'm like, God dang, but I knew if it was the other way around, you hang up on me in a second. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's that face for?
That would be messed up if someone was just like, yeah, nah. Like, it's happened?
Yeah, it's happened. Like, oh, I gotta go. Hang up. I'm like, God dang, like, I didn't even get to finish the conversation or what I was saying. But if you call me at any more, I'm like, oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah, okay, yeah, I really gotta go at 8:00. But the next thing I know,
it's 9:00. To no time.
I'd be like, yo, it's 9:00. Like, how the heck did this happen? I was supposed to be somewhere at 8. Like,
oh,
I gave you my time.
Yeah, that is on you.
But then it is on me. I don't know boundaries. I don't be like, oh yeah, you know, da. And then like I have a lot of people tell me they like to come to me about issues because I can be very I guess diplomatic, open-minded.
Yeah, you have a way of looking at things.
I come with both perspectives for certain things.
You're very quick, and it kind of pisses me off, no lie. You're very quick to give someone the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, can't you just hate on this person with me? Like, can't you just like be a good friend and be like, but then, or like some people be like, can't you just be on my side? It's like, I am on your side, but I also know that you messing up. And here. It's like, dang, like.
Yeah, you know, that's me too. Like, I get that a lot. That's one of the big things, complaints that I've had when it comes to certain friends some people feel like I'm not on their side for things because of the fact that I can't just hate on people automatically. I literally am like, well, you know,
I can see where they're coming from.
I can see this and blah, blah, blah.
Nobody told you to see in that area.
But it's not, I'm not doing it because I'm against you. I'm doing it because I'm trying to help you. Like, that's just my thing because I'm like, well, let's reevaluate the situation. Let's see what you could have done wrong. Let's see what what they could have done wrong. I'm not saying they're right for what they did, but you weren't right for this.
Right.
But I don't know how to be just in that moment. Like, he did that to you? What? That's so messed up.
Okay, so you just have an issue with being an enabler.
Yeah, I can't be an enabler.
I can be an enabler at sometimes because I'm very much a person that feeds off of your energy. You giving me that like, oh, we about to bust some windows. Like, I got the bat. Like, but then like once I hear more, like if you want me to, and this is very toxic friendship firsthand. If you want me to be an enabler, don't tell me nothing else, no context. Just like, what are we doing? I'm already there. I'm right in front of the house, like with the kerosene. But no,
with the kerosene.
say I wasn't.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, this is the true story here. This is how Bella is. Okay,
I am very much a wild card.
I was hanging out with some people. And I was like, okay, we went to this hotel. I didn't have a car. I didn't have my car because I left it at the friend's house. Mm-hmm. They were like, oh, let's get a hotel. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm the only person of color here. Okay. All right. Let's get this right. when they brought out that cocaine, that bag of cocaine, I was like, Danielle's out. We out. Danielle is out. I'm not getting arrested. I ain't no part of this. I called Mel. I was like, Mel, come get me. She said, Danielle, who we need to cut, what we need to do. She just was like, do I need to bring a knife?
Mind you, Danielle called me in the break of dawn.
Yeah, it had to be like 1 o'clock in the morning.
I was like, I was heavily pregnant. And it was like, I literally just fell asleep.
Were you pregnant?
I was pregnant.
Oh yeah, okay.
I was pregnant. I just gotten that good REM sleep, and Danielle doesn't call me like that.
No.
And because she knows better. But I knew it was an emergency. I said, what is up? And she's like, I need to go. They got the coke out, and there's all this stuff going on. I don't know these people. I'm here. I said, bet.
I'm the opposite though. I'd be like,
why? You'd be like, how did you get yourself in this situation? What is wrong with you? You know you was dumb for that.
Yeah, like, so when you saw,
mind you, the cops are pulling up any second now. All right,
I guess I'll come and get you. Like, I guess that's what
we're gonna have a strong.
We're gonna have a conversation when we.
I better not. You're not a good friend for putting me in this situation.
Yes, you're not a good friend for putting me in this situation. You're right.
I need to rethink about our friendship now.
I'll be asking questions. I'm like, yo, so what made you feel uncomfortable before you got in the car with them? After you got in the car, like, what exactly made you decide to get in this car? I am going to be there. If you call me, I'll be there.
She's only going to be there. She's only going to be there with no questions asked if she's down with the original plan. Like if I say, Danielle, I'm ready to make bad decisions today. Are you ready? What's the decision?
I'll be like, what's the decision?
We're going to buy an air conditioning. Bet.
I'll be there.
Despite that's a whole, I feel like there's a whole lot of things. I'm like, that's a whole nother conversation to keep mentioning, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Be there for your friends and definitely call them out when they need to. Just get them out of the hot water first.
But you know what though? That's the only thing. Like, you're one of the only friends I had that I can actually be like, hey, I need help. I'm in this situation. Not saying that I don't, but a lot of my friends that like I've had to like be kind of like cater to, I want to say. I don't know if cater is a word, but like, I'm usually one with the car. I'm usually one that's like, hey, this is going down. I have to go get this. So for me to get that from you, that's a big deal because I don't typically get that. It's usually the other way around. So that's why I appreciate it so much more when I actually do get it, because it's like I don't typically get that very often.
Okay. Do you think that you are really emotionally available to people as much as you think that you are? Or do you think that you can be more emotionally available for people?
Like unemotionally? Like, explain.
like if you get a call and you really don't feel like talking about, like someone's venting and they want you to be on their side about it and you're just like going through the motions. Do you ever have those times, or do you really put yourself in those situations that, like, are you able to feel empathy at the amount that they request from you?
I'm not gonna lie, it depends on the person. It depends on the person. Because I can be there no matter what. If you have something going on, I can be there. But depending on the person and depending on like if I know whatever's gonna say, if I know we're gonna have the same conversation within like the next few days, I'm just like, all right, I'm here, I'm listening, but it's rough.
A lot out of me to do this.
What is my battery life looking like? Because depending on what the battery life is looking like, I'm going to answer or I'm not going to answer because I know what the conversation is going to be. If my battery's at 13%, I will answer because I know my phone's going to die. And,
it's going to cut you off in Why are you? This isn't the time to air out all of your secrets. You're putting in all the gems and we're gonna have to edit that. I wasn't trying to bait you.
But no. All seriousness. It's like
savage, yo.
Sometimes I get like, I really do try to be there for people because people go through a lot of different things, and like, I'm not one to judge or anything like that. But I think that sometimes it can be extremely draining when you're talking about the same thing over and over again. I gave you my thoughts,
the resolutions,
or like any type of opinion on it, or something like that, and then it's just like nope, that's it, we're done. And I know I can be like that too, because I know that there are times where I have it in my head of how things are supposed to be. But even with that, like, I can go back later and be like, yeah, you did say X, Y, and Z. I was a dummy head because I didn't listen to you. I feel like other people don't do that. They don't do that. They don't admit like, oh yeah, you did say this. No, they just be like, when they finally come to resolution, it's almost like it was their idea, as if it wasn't something that you already said 50,000 times. And it's just like, well, as long as you came up, and I don't gotta listen to it anymore, because I'm like done. Like, sometimes I get drained. Like, by the end of a conversation and someone's talking to me, you know what? I think I'm too emotionally available to actually answer the question. I think I'm too emotionally available, because if I'm getting drained by our conversation, that means I'm giving way too much.
You care. You think that you care more than others?
I think I care way too much. If I'm sitting there and I'm feeling like by the end of the conversation, I'm feeling down with you when I was having a great day, or I'm feeling kind of like, yo, like I need to take a good nap after that conversation, then I'm like, yo, I think I gave too much.
See, yeah. And that's what makes you a beautiful person. Because you're able, like that's why people gravitate to you, because you do give your all. I think people do feel like they receive all of you in their relationships. So, but I don't know if that's a good thing for you or just for them.
I don't know, to be honest with you. Sometimes I don't think it's a good thing because I don't know. I don't think they could. Like,
do you think that you give so much because you don't think that people are going to feel you on a natural? Like, so you're basically working with that all the time. Like, that's your base. Your all is always your base. Me, I'm more reserved because I used to give my all and I kept getting hurt over and over again. And I'm not doing that anymore because I literally don't have it within me.
Right.
And now that I, reeled it back, some people think that I'm heartless, and maybe I am.
You know what though? I was the opposite, because remember, for a long time people thought I was heartless as heck. So but I never really was. I think as you said, I was more reserved in terms of like, all right, I don't really want to deal with it. The conversation I had with your husband, I'll be like, yo, I hurt his feelings a few years back because I was like, yo, I don't want to hear this. Like, I'm done hearing this right now.
But that's when you, like, that's what I'm saying. Because when you're reserved, is that technically you placing boundaries on yourself because it's like protection, or you just don't really feel like dealing with whatever? Like, I don't know.
I really don't know. I don't know. And I feel like there's a thing that I think that friends can tell you. I think that's the thing. If a friend can't handle a situation, I'm totally okay with them telling me they can't handle a situation. That's not a problem. What the problem comes in at is like when they expect you to have that same, like, if you were to be like, oh, I can't handle your situation, and they get hurt. It's like, how you gonna get hurt when you couldn't handle like, it has to go both ways. Like I said, if at any point you can tell me like, Danielle, I can't handle this situation, and I gotta be like, okay, cool, whatever, I'll talk to somebody else about it. That should be okay. But if it's the other way around and I'm like, yo, I can't handle this situation, you shouldn't get hurt by it because you easily said it to me. So why should you have a problem? That's how I am. I'm definitely the type of person where wherever I can take, whatever I dish, I can take out. Like, I can take. So if at any point, like, I had a 3-strike rule. I'm not going to lie to you. If you offended me 3 times, and I would tell people this, you said something 3 times, I would hit you with something once. If I hit you with something once and that's what hurt your feelings after you said 3 different things to me, That's what you get mad about? Then to me, I have an issue. It's like, yo, I didn't even hit you 3 times. I hit you once. And you were all over here crawling on the floor. Like,
what happens after the 3 strikes? And you hit them with the 1 time?
Usually I hurt their feelings. They don't want to talk to me for a while. You know, it's a problem. Like, then it becomes a bigger issue than what it probably should have been. At least in my eyes. I can't say anything in that terms.
Because you didn't escalate it to that.
To me, I'm just like, yo, you don't care about hurting my feelings 95% of the times. Why should I care about you hurting your feelings? Like,
did you tell them that you got your feelings hurt?
No, because it didn't necessarily hurt my feelings.
So then why did you do something that made...
Because I want you to taste your own medicine. If you can dish it, you can take it. That's what I said. Like, if you can dish it, you should be able to take it. And no, it didn't necessarily hurt my feelings because I have thick skin. It's not like the point. It's the principle of it. To me, it's the principle of it. To me, it's not a matter of, oh, well, now you're purposely trying to hurt them. And it's like, nah, I wasn't necessarily trying to purposely hurt them. I was just giving them the same energy that they gave back to me. And they couldn't handle it. So it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm a big fan. I'm a big proponent of that. Whatever you give is what you should get back. So if you're a person who can't listen and you can't, you can't listen, you don't have time for anybody else, you don't have time to deal with anybody else's stuff, then when I give that back to you, you should be able to handle it. You should be able to be like, okay, you're right, Danielle's busy, instead of being like, damn, no, Danielle doesn't have time for me. Cry. Like, you're right, I don't have time for you, you don't have time for me.
That's the passive aggression.
That's passive aggressive?
That's passive aggressive. That's you being
Then I'm passive aggressive. Then I'm petty as hell. I don't care.
Yeah,
then I'm petty. Call me petty queen. Yes, then I'm petty.
Queen. And like, I just realized that I'm a little petty princess too. And I didn't even I only said that you were being petty for doing that because that's what was brought on to me. So like, someone just told me that I was pretty petty. And I was just like, okay, if that's what it needs to be. I mean, obviously it didn't go off that well because I was fighting, but I don't know. I guess it's like with the passive aggressiveness and then not setting your boundary. Like, do you think that makes a person a bad friend? That someone that takes advantage of you like that? Does that necessarily
explain?
Like the person that you were saying that was getting their feelings hurt for things that they did. Mm-hmm. But then when you blew it back to their face, then they got all offended. Mm-hmm. The person that was the initiator, do you think that they're a bad friend because they did that? Because I think they only did that to you because of how close they are, or they feel how close you are to them in the relationship, or they feel how close you are to them in a relationship.
I don't know if it necessarily makes anybody, I don't know. I'm weird. I don't know if that necessarily makes them a bad friend. I think that it makes them a hypocrite. I don't know if that's a bad friend. I guess so. I guess I would say yes in some ways. I just don't like it when people can't see, what's that biblical term? Like, if you can't take the speck out of, like, don't try to take the dust out of somebody else's eye when you can't take the dust out of your own. Mm-hmm. That's where that comes from. And for me, like, I don't know. I just can't handle that kind of stuff. Like, for instance, like, I'm gonna own it. Like, think about if you really think about our friendship or whatever. Even just now, when I said I don't know if I'm passive aggressive. I gave you an example. You said I was passive aggressive. I was like, okay, fine, then I'm passive aggressive. Like, mm-hmm. I'm not gonna fight with you about it. If that's how you see me as, that's how you see me as. The only time I fight with people about what I am, quote unquote, is when you misquote me.
And yeah, something that misaligns with the truth.
Yes. When I get misquoted or something is said and it's just like, that's not what I said. Cause I pretty much remember what I say. It's very rare. And then after a while, I'm not even going to argue with you. I'm like, you know what? If that's what you think I said, that's fine, but that's not what I meant it as. So you can take it however you want, but I'm pretty straightforward with my words and what I mean.
Yeah.
So
I see that. Like, that's fine. And sometimes I think that it's necessary to be passive aggressive because, you know, sometimes people just need to get hurt in order to learn their lesson.
Yeah, because some people don't learn.
You were mad for Yeah.
Some people don't learn until they get beat. They really don't. They don't learn until they get beat. They gotta get smacked. They gotta get kicked. They gotta get like that bully in school. Like they don't.
Some people need to get bullied.
Some people don't know until they get beat. And then that once they get beat, then it's like, okay, oh man, I was really messing up there. Or some people be like, oh, why'd you beat me up? Because, you know, like, that wasn't fair. Like, yo, you've been torturing me for years, and now I finally smack you in the face and knock you down. Now you want to be like, oh, that's not
a part of our roles. Our roles in our friendship.
Like, I don't care.
Shut the hell up.
Then. Don't talk to me anymore then. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't know. It's like weird, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. Friends, it's a lot. That's why I don't have a lot of friends, because it's very hard. I know that when I give a lot, and being emotionally available for people is a lot. Like it can be extremely draining. And it's like,
I think that's why I don't really get a lot of people asking me for advice, because I kind of just cut off a whole bunch of people, because I'm just sick and tired of hearing about the same old. Like, that's why me and your roommate don't talk like that. I said, this better
friend.
Be good.
He's your friend too.
He's my friend too, but I just can't talk to him on the phone. You know who you are. If you call me on the phone, you better have a good reason, and we better not just be listen to each other breathe. I swear to God, I cannot stand that junk. Oh, I just called because I wanted to hear you inhale and exhale. Shut the hell up. Or like, there's this one time I was on my way to school, and I went to school an hour away. So I had a good time to just listen to whatever the issue needed to be. Called me, he told me his issue, and I gave him some sound advice, some sage advice, mind you. Just for him to turn around and be like, well, I already did it. Why are you on the phone with me? Why? Well, I already did this, so thank you for your input. What? I'm already halfway to the school.
Yeah, so that goes me to another topic. Okay, it's kind of, for me, when it comes to friendships, it's about respecting other people's time.
That's the first topic.
I feel like a lot of people don't respect your time.
No.
And I understand just talking to people because you want to chat up. Like, not everything should have to be an issue every time you talk to one of your friends or hang out with your friends. It shouldn't always have to be an issue.
Mm-mm.
But don't be asking me about stuff you already did. What is the point of that? That is dumb. You just wasted a crap ton of my time.
I'm just glad that it's not 1997. You had to pay for all these minutes, because I surely would have sent him the bill. I surely would have sent it.
And you know what? That's another thing. Like, now that we have technology and stuff, people just have so much access to you in a lot of different ways. And it's just like, I get texts all the time. And I think for me, I was just talking to somebody the other day, I'm very responsive with my text. If someone texts me, I usually text them right away. Like, as soon as I see the text, I'll text back. I don't typically text and like, look at it and then wait forever. It's just like, I'm pretty responsive. And then I'm like, yo, maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe that's why, like, some people come and talk to me.
Because you are so available.
I make myself so available.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, so that's where when you come up like, oh, it's on you, Danielle. Because I'd be like, yo, oh my God. Like, don't you have other friends to talk to? Don't you have anybody else to bring?
They all ghosted me because of my shenanigans.
Then some people with their problems, I'm like, yo, you know this is you, right? Like, you know.
They can't see it. Like, I'm not a person that can see my issues. Like, I'm not very insightful or reflect very well. So I kind of need to bounce things off of people so that they can bring it to my attention. It's like, nah, Mel, you know damn well it wasn't smart to cross the street at that time. That's why your foot got ran over. I'm like, oh, right. Well, I don't want to say that. I'd be like, no, it wasn't. It was the car. Like, I'd be something stupid.
Yeah, Mel got to argue with you.
Yeah, I have to fight, which is not, I'm working on it.
Every time you bring something up about Mel, she has to fight with you.
Well,
I mean, I guess some people think I'm that way too. I don't know. I feel like I just usually accept it. I'd be like, yeah, you're right. That is me. except if I feel like I'm misquoted. Like,
and I always feel like the only reason why you're not on my side with this is because maybe I didn't explain it right. Let me break it down again. And they're like, no, we understand. You told I was like, oh, fine. All right. And then I go and huff and puff and blow the house down.
So with a friend that like requires like a lot of attention, how do you handle that? Like, cause I feel
you
like
don't,
that's the
you
worst.
don't give them attention.
You don't give them attention.
You shut them down right there.
I feel like that's my thing. I don't know how to deal with a person that requires a lot of attention. I don't know how to be like, I can't do this today. I mean, but it's weird because I do be hanging up on people. So I don't.
No, you let the phone hang up on people, as you clearly said.
No, I really do be hanging up on people. You see me hang up on.
You hung up. Yeah, you hung up on your family. You hung up on your parents.
When?
I could have swore that you like, all right, I'm going bye. That was today. That was today. But there have been times like, all right, guys, I'm going to go now. Bye.
Okay, yeah. I do that. But I'll be telling people I'm going to hang up. I don't just like...
Do you ever just do click? Like, I never just be like, click. Like,
I have done that. I have just clicked on
I've never done that. I always thought that was foul. Like, that's fighting words. Because fighting actions.
Oh, my God. Like, and then they call me back and I'll be like, oh, my phone died.
You're not even real with it. You can't be like, yeah, I hung up on you. That's what you gotta be like, yeah, I hung up because you were wilding out here.
I used to be super real.
You used to be very cold. You used to be very cold. And now that you're so like warm and loving and everybody's like, oh, Danielle's the nurturer, blah, blah, blah. Now she can't handle it because now people you're your mom. Now your mom, everybody's coming to you like, trying to extinguish everybody's flames. Their whole house is on fire.
Yeah, now I'm over it. I'm like, I don't want to be that friend anymore. Let's be the fun friend. I want to be the fun friend.
Moms are fun. I'm fun. It's like,
Mel got boring as hell since she had kids.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for real. Like, why do I like to hang out in Target? But who cares?
Mel brings up Target like every 3 episodes.
Because that's
if y'all can
give me
all the times Mel has
give me a Target gift card and I'll be your best friend. Non-toxic.
But yeah, like I don't know, like oh geez, what were we saying? What was I talking about?
You were talking about the not being respectful of people's time.
Oh no, I thought I said something else in between that. Whatever, I lost it. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't know. I want to be the fun friend.
Oh yeah, the fun friend, right?
I want to go out. I want to do stuff. I want to.
Oh, that's perfect. Next topic. What happens when you're the only single person in the friend group, or the person that what's it called, married and got kids? Well, how does that change the dynamic of the friendship? How do you navigate that?
Yeah, that's a good topic because, I hate being the single friend. Nobody got time to do jack. I'd be like, let's go out. Let's have drinks. Let's do this. Everybody like,
I gotta go find a babysitter. I'm with a boyfriend.
I have my kids. I gotta do this. And I'm like, God dang it. Not that I don't love you or anything, but
it's not about that.
I don't be hanging out with you and your kids all the time.
Me neither.
I want to go.
Some people might think that I might not even like my kids. That's a lie. I just don't like hanging out with them all the time, and I grew a healthy resentment. No, I was kidding. I don't resent nobody. No, but that is difficult. Why?
See?
See, what it is, life changes every single day. Life changes every single day.
Right.
And, you either adapt to it or you die.
Yeah.
Either you adapt to it or the friendship's gonna die because the world keeps spinning.
Do you feel like you change, do you feel like you're your true self around your friend, like most of your friends, or do you feel like you have to change who you are based on who the
I think that I have to change a part of myself. Like I don't let my full self expose itself when I'm with a certain, like I code switch a lot. I feel like that's the only way that I can keep the peace, especially with my, I guess, I like to avoid conflict. So I always feel like I can be the one to endure versus them. I always feel like I rather go and make the sacrifice because I don't think that anybody is willing to do it themselves.
I get that.
So for the sake of the friendship, I don't want to lose more people. I don't want to, be offensive to anybody. So I'll just, in a way, put on airs, and then I'll slowly slip myself into the friendship. And if you don't like it, once I, allow this much to slip out, and it's not even the whole picture. I'm just trying to be careful. I'm trying to take care of myself and make sure that I don't get hurt. But I'm also trying to appease people, and maybe that's bad on my part, because maybe that's a toxic trait in itself.
That's a good question, because I feel like for the most part, I'm myself 100%. Like, I'm not gonna lie about who I am or anything like that. But I think I tone my personality down depending on what friends I'm around. Because some people can't handle when I'm loud and not. I don't know if obnoxious is the word.
I don't think you're ever obnoxious. I think I'd be more obnoxious.
Some people can't handle when I'm loud, or some people can't.
Who has ever called you obnoxious? I will cut them.
I don't know.
I'm just saying. You let me know after the show's over.
Word. But like, I'm definitely like more. I can be loud. I can be very opinionated. I can be very like, some people think I'm very extroverted, which I'm not at all. It just depends on
That's weird.
I know I'm not extroverted at all.
That's really weird.
I think it's just more of, who I'm around. Like, yeah, if I'm with a group of introverts, I might be the most extroverted one out of us. Yes. So I'll agree with that. But if I have the ability to be in a group of extroverts, and I can kind of chill back and lay back and not have to be the I guess.
Yeah. The initiator.
The initiator. I like that. So yeah. That's chill with me. I like to just be chilling.
And that's why it's important to have different types of friends.
Yeah.
So different friend groups, so that you can, cause you're not always going to get what you need out of each person. Like
yeah.
And I don't even think that means that, if you're able to get both, that's your best friend. No, that's just like, I don't know. Like, that's just someone that's able to give you something different than the other person. Like, you can't talk to everybody. You can't hang around everybody. And like, you get what you get from this. Like, I'm not going to go to a meat market and expect to get kale and spinach.
Exactly.
If I want meat, I'm going to go there.
Roles come in, because like I said, it's about like, everybody has their own different roles and what they're good at and what they're not good at. So it's not even necessarily about like, I expect if I can do X, Y, and Z, I expect you to be able to do X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. It's just more of like I said, it's the energy of it. Like, there are some people, it's like, that when you go and hang out with this person, you're going to have a nice, chill, laid back time. When you're going to hang out with this person that you're going to go on an adventure and X, Y, and Z.
It's going to be all the way live. Yeah.
The other thing too that you have to realize is people do change, and you have to accept that fact too. So if a party person doesn't want to party anymore, you can't be like, oh, you changed, man. Like,
you're a square. Shut the hell up.
It's like, they're allowed to change. They're allowed to be going through something. And then you have to just wonder if, like, you have to ask them, like, how can I support you in the best way? That's like when you guys decide to be vegan, like, I wasn't like, why are y'all being vegan? Like,
who would ever do that?
People aren't like that, Mel.
I was being sarcastic.
Okay.
I was looking at the camera like, yeah, who would ever do such a thing?
I was like,
trust me, I know.
People would be like that, and I'm like, okay, well, you're vegan now. What can you eat? What can't you eat? Like, that's how I am. It's just like, I don't know, and I don't understand why that's so hard for people.
Right, and sometimes when you are the only single person in the friend group, the people that aren't single gotta do some whole shit. No, definitely don't go and degrade yourself. But sometimes you gotta get, you gotta make the single person happy. You gotta make the single person feel like, you know what? you're not single because you got us. And then we got to help you find somebody. How can I pour into your empty cup? Because you feel like you're in the fields right now.
Now, also going with the whole, like, you know, change of personality. Like I said, I think that one thing I learned and picked up is sometimes I didn't want conversations to die because I know how I can be. I can be like,
Oh, right.
So what I learned was how to
adapt.
How to react based on the person I'm talking to.
That's why I'm saying the code switch.
Yeah. So somebody is more of a type of person who's like,
we letting out all the secrets this episode.
They need to be more like, they have to be engaged in the conversation. Like if they're like, yeah, this happened today. Can you believe this happened?
They're feeding off your engagement.
I'm usually like, oh, wow, that's crazy. But no, you can't respond like that because then they're going to shut down and stop talking. So I'll be like,
no,
they
really?
did what? What happened?
Oh, no.
That's crazy. Wow, I can't believe that happened.
For real? For sure. For sure. So
I guess sometimes I do it based on the friend because I want them to feel like they're like.
And it doesn't take much out of you.
It doesn't take too much out of me. No, it does. I want.
Some people get frustrated with that.
So that I will adapt based on my friend. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's necessarily a fake thing. It might be fake. I don't know. I don't
know if it's all
I can say is this: at the end of the day, I feel like people make time for what they want to make time for. If you're a person they want to make time for, they will make time for them.
Truer words have never been spoken.
That's just how I feel. I'm a busy person. Y'all don't even know. Like, I don't even know how I get this podcast done, to be honest with y'all, because I be busy. Like, from the time I wake up in the morning to the time I go to bed at night, I'm busy. Mm-hmm. So that's why I just be like, yo, like, if I really want you around, I make time. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I will make time for you. So all you got to do is hit me up and be like, hey, yo, you want to just hang out? I'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll make some time.
Word.
I might not be able to do it on the day that I do it, but that's about it. You know, that's how I am. But other than that, you have anything else you want to say about this topic?
No, all I was going to say is since we're so busy, we're going to end the topic right here.
Yeah.
Because we said what we said. It's all on the floor. But,
yeah. So
what are some takeaways you want to?
My top 3 takeaways, very simple. A, you know, stop coming to all your friends. Stop coming to your friends with all your problems if you ain't going to do jack about it. Nobody wants to hear that. No. If you're not going to do anything, if you're not going to change, you're not going to do anything to fix your situation, stop doing that. It's draining. Stop.
That's number 1.
Number 2, people make time. Like I said, people make time for what they want to make time for. So if you really are serious about a person and you want to hang out with that person, then just tell them like figure it out. Like, you know, stop being so one-sided about things. Like, don't just hit one person up. Like, I think it goes both ways. One person should be hitting someone up, the other person, like, you know, whatever. The last thing is, you know, checking on your strong friends too, because your strong friends are always strong. Sometimes they're like going through the motions. Like, you know, sometimes they're just smiling through it. And I think that as humans, we all need each other in some way, shape, or form. So it's like, we can't be out here just fending for ourselves all the time. I know it's like taught that, you know, like, oh, care about yourself only, which is true in some aspects. Like, you can only focus on yourself. You can only focus on what you're going to do. But at the same time, it's just like, we were put on this planet to help each other out. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you can't just take out of a relationship and not give anything back. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. And so based off of what you just said, I would just want to be like, if you are that taper, like myself, own it. If you're a taker, own it. But that also means that if someone's telling you like, hey, I don't have any more to give because you keep taking, you have to be accountable for yourself and be like, you know what? You're right. I was actually taking, and I apologize. I'm going to work. If you feel like you got to go work on it, then definitely do something about it. But don't make empty promises, because that's how you can make the friendship go somewhere that you weren't expecting it to make that turn for. Number 2, I'd say definitely don't be that if 9 times out of 10, if you feel like there's something wrong with the relationship between you and your friend, take a look in the mirror and look at yourself. What are the things that you're bringing to the friendship that, you know, you could be doing better, or what are you not contributing at all? Like, so 9 times out of 10, the issues that are in your friendship definitely start off with you. It could be a personal problem, or it could be, you know, the other person's problem, but make sure that you talk it out.
Sorry, just to add on to that, like, are you the jealous type? Do you have an issue with boundaries? Do you have an issue with certain things like that? Like, think about stuff like that, because if you have boundaries issues, then, you know, you should, you know, how you're portraying that could go on to your friendships as well. Like, if you're the jealous type, if you don't like to hear anybody winning, then you're going to try to bring down your friends as well, because
don't do that.
So don't be like that.
Don't be like that.
Yeah, that's the only, sorry, I wasn't trying to take over your thing, but that made me.
No, you're just taking it. No, I was kidding. Number 3, number 3, make sure, like, I'm a firm believer of, like, you know, you gotta give yourself some grace, because if you can't help yourself, then you won't be any help to anybody. Make sure that you got all your checks and balances before you go in, I guess, volunteering your time or giving sage advice that might not even be all that sage-like. Like, if you can't give anything that's coming from, you know, like a rancid place, because it's just going to destroy everything in its path. So make sure that you, like, get your stuff together.
Right. And that's on that last note, sorry. I keep going to ask.
It's going to keep taking.
On that last note, as you said that, I was just thinking about the whole thing of, like, if you're not in a good place to be a good friend, you should just say that.
Yeah, just say it. And it's not going to hurt anybody but yourself, because if in a friendship, it takes 2 to tango, and you keep stepping on my toes, I'm going to stop dancing with you after a while. I'm going to ghost you, and I'm not going to invite you out to do whole shit. No.
And then don't get mad that people don't invite me out anymore. It's like, yo, why do you think we stopped inviting you? Why do you think we stopped?
Because you're a stick in the mud and you stink.
That's all I got.
And you know what? Where can we find us?
You can find us at www.allegedlycredible.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on TikTok. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on pretty much any streaming platform. We're also on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
We try to do different content on different things. So, you know, just, you know, check us out.
Just look for us. Just Google me, baby.
And you can follow me at Creative Lady Faye.
Mm-hmm.
I have some music coming out soon. And some art. And you can follow my fitness journey at You're Ugly.
I'm not the music coming out. Music coming out.
And
you dropping the albums.
At Lady Faye 212 for my fitness journey. I be working out on there.
Yeah, she does. She be sweating, especially in this hot weather. Woo! It's so hot out here. I can't wait to end this episode and put on the AC. But where you can find me, you can find me on Instagram under Mellow_Supremo. You can find me with that handle on TikTok as well. I don't post a lot, but it's coming. And you can also find me on Facebook if you know me. But yeah, check us out. Keep listening, and we thank you for watching.
Peace out.
Peace.